and dreams take the wheel. Tonight, you're not just falling asleep, you're sliding behind the wheel of a legend. Let the hum of horsepower become your lullaby, and let the night shift into low gear as we cruise into a story only your dreams could drive. If this journey brings you peace, if the rhythm of revs helps you drift, consider giving this drive a like and subscribing to Stay on the Road with Us night after night. Tonight's ride, one for the dreamers, one for the legends, one for you. The moonlight catches on polished metal tonight, casting silver shadows across the pavement like scattered dreams. Streetlights blur into amber streams as we prepare to discover something extraordinary, something refined, something that speaks in the language of precision and whispers, in the dialect of luxury. Tonight, we're not just exploring a vehicle, we're entering a sanctuary of German engineering, where every detail has been crafted not just for performance, but for peace. The 2025 Audi Q5 and its more spirited sibling, the SQ5, await us in this quiet moment between day and night, between consciousness and dreams. Let your breathing slow to match the idle of a perfectly tuned engine. Feel your shoulders settling like leather, finding its natural form. The world outside can wait. Here, in the space between wakefulness and sleep, we have all the time we need to explore automotive artistry that soothes the soul. You're safe here, you're welcome here, and you're about to experience something beautiful. The first glimpse. Exterior poetry in metal. In the gathering dusk, the 2025 Audi Q5 emerges like a vision cast in refined steel and purposeful elegance. This isn't just a redesign. This is a reimagining of what luxury can be when it whispers instead of shouts, when it cradles instead of overwhelms. The front fascia greets you with Audi's signature single-frame grille, but evolved, softened around the edges like a stern expression, melting into a gentle smile. The hexagonal shape has been refined, made more welcoming, more approachable. It's no longer just about presence, it's about invitation. The grille seems to breathe in the cool night air, drawing in serenity and exhaling sophistication. You're still here. Good. Those LED headlights. Oh, those headlights. They're not just illumination devices. They're the eyes of something thoughtful. The DRL signature cuts through the darkness with the precision of a conductor's baton, orchestrating light and shadow in perfect harmony. These are harsh clinical beams. They're warm, intelligent, almost empathetic in the way they carve through the night. The hood flows forward with the subtle character lines that speak of strength held in reserve. This is power that doesn't need to prove itself, confidence that doesn't require boasting. Each crease and curve has been wind tunnel tested, not just for aerodynamics, but for serenity, for the way air moves over metal without turbulence, without drama, without stress. As your eyes drift along the profile, you notice how the 2025 Q5 has grown more athletic, yet more graceful. The wheelbase has been stretched just enough to improve interior space and ride quality, but not so much that it loses its composed planted stance. The roofline arcs with the gentle trajectory of a sunset, creating a silhouette that suggests motion even at rest. Those wheels, available in sizes from 18 to 21 inches, they're not just functional circles of metal and rubber. They're sculptural elements, coasting. Perfect. The heart of the beast. Engineering as poetry. Lift the hood of the 2025 Q5, and you're not just looking at an engine bay. You're peering into the soul of German engineering philosophy. Everything here speaks of thoughtful design, of components arranged not just for efficiency, but for harmony. The standard powertrain is Audi's refined 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, producing 268 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. But these numbers don't tell the real story. The real story is in how this engine breathes, how it delivers power not in violent bursts, but in smooth, progressive waves that lift you forward without ever disturbing your peace of mind. The turbocharger isn't just a performance enhancer here, it's a whisper amplifier. The way it builds boost is so seamless, so natural, that acceleration feels less like mechanical force and more like being gently carried forward by an invisible current. The intercooler keeps intake temperatures stable, ensuring that this refined power delivery remains consistent, whether you're pulling away from a traffic light on a summer afternoon or emerging onto a highway on a crisp winter morning. The variable valve timing system orchestrates the engine's breathing with the precision of a master pianist, adjusting intake and exhaust timing thousands of times per minute to optimize power, efficiency, and most importantly, refinement. Each valve opens and closes with mechanical poetry, creating an internal rhythm that your subconscious mind finds deeply soothing. But it's the SQ5, where engineering becomes art, where performance transcends mere numbers and enters the realm of automotive meditation. The 3.0-liter turbocharged V6 doesn't just produce 362 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. It creates a symphony of controlled combustion that speaks directly to something primal yet peaceful within us. The road is quiet now, just you and the machine. This V6 features Audi's mild hybrid technology, but not the harsh, jarring kind found in some vehicles. This is MHEV done right, where the 48-volt electrical system and belt-driven starter generator work so seamlessly with the combustion engine that you never feel the transitions. The electric motor assists during acceleration with additional torque that arrives instantaneously, filling in any gaps in the power delivery to create an experience that's smoother than silk, quieter than whispered dreams. The engine management system constantly monitors hundreds of parameters: air temperature, throttle position, fuel pressure, exhaust gas temperatures, making micro adjustments that ensure optimal performance while maintaining the kind of refinement that allows you to hear your passengers' quiet breathing over the subtle mechanical symphony. The cylinder deactivation technology allows the SQ5's V6 to run on just 4 cylinders during light load conditions, but the transition is so smooth, so imperceptible that you'd never know it was happening unless you were watching the instrumentation. It's efficiency that doesn't compromise the experience. Technology in service of serenity. The direct injection system delivers fuel with such precision that combustion occurs with minimal knock, minimal 2025 Q5 and SQ5 both feature Audi's renowned Tiptronic automatic transmission, but this isn't just any automatic. This is a gearbox that anticipates your needs before you even know you have them. 8 speeds provide optimal gear ratios for every situation, but more importantly, they provide the smooth, uninterrupted power delivery that keeps you in that peaceful state between acceleration and arrival. The torque converter locks up so smoothly that you never feel the transition between fluid coupling and direct mechanical connection. It's like the difference between floating on gentle waves and gliding on glass. Both beautiful, both serene. The transition between them so natural, you barely notice when it happens. Shift mapping has been programmed not just for performance or efficiency, but for calmness. In comfort mode, the transmission holds gears longer, avoiding unnecessary shifts that might disturb your contemplative state. Upshifts happen with the gentleness of a feather settling on still water. Downshifts arrive with perfectly matched RPMs that eliminate any hint of jerkiness or drama. The adaptive logic learns your driving style, but more than that, it learns your moods. Drive aggressively for a few minutes, and it becomes more responsive. Drive calmly, contemplatively, and it matches that energy, becoming your partner in creating automotive serenity rather than just your means of transportation. You're still here. Good. In the SQ5, dynamic mode transforms the transmission's personality without sacrificing smoothness. Shifts become more assertive, but never harsh. The rev matching on downshifts creates a gentle blipping sound that's more like a contented sigh than an aggressive bark. Even in its most performance-oriented setting, this transmission understands that true speed comes from smoothness, that real power comes from precision. The manual shift mode, when you choose to use it, responds to paddle inputs with the immediacy of thought itself. But even here, even when you're taking complete control, the transmission's intelligence works in the background to protect both engine and driveline, ensuring that your manual inputs result in smooth, refined shifts that enhance rather than disrupt your connection with the machine. Quattro philosophy, traction as meditation. Audi's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive system has been refined for 2025, but the core philosophy remains unchanged. Provide traction so seamless, so natural, that you never think about dampers in each air spring can be activated individually or in combination, providing an enormous range of spring rates and ride heights. In comfort mode, the Q5 literally floats over road imperfections, the air springs absorbing impacts and irregularities before they can transmit harsh energy into the cabin. The road becomes a river, and you're floating downstream. The adaptive dampers work in concert with the air springs, continuously adjusting their compression and rebound characteristics based on road conditions and driving style. But these aren't the harsh, clicking, mechanical adjustments of older systems. The modern electromagnetic valves adjust damping with such precision that you never hear them working, never feel them hunting for the right setting. In the SQ5, adaptive suspension becomes even more sophisticated with sport-specific tuning that maintains comfort while providing the kind of precise body control that makes spirited driving feel effortless rather than stressful. Even in its firmest setting, the SQ5 suspension never forgets that its primary job is to serve its passengers, not punish them. The anti-roll bars use active technology to reduce body roll without creating the harsh, disconnected feeling of overly stiff passive systems. During straight-line driving, they effectively disconnect, allowing each wheel to respond independently to road surface variations. In corners, they engage progressively, providing the stability needed while maintaining the compliance that keeps you comfortable. Interior sanctuary, where dreams take shape. Step inside the 2025 Q5, and you're not just entering a vehicle, you're being embraced by an environment that has been designed from the ground up to reduce stress, promote calm, and enhance your connection to the driving experience. This isn't just about luxury materials or advanced technology. This is about creating a space that actively contributes to your well-being. The seats, oh, the seats. They're not just places to sit. They're sculptural elements that cradle you like a gentle embrace. Available in leather that has been selected not just for its beauty, but for its tactile qualities. The way it breathes, the way it ages, the way it responds to touch. The optional ventilation and massage functions work so quietly that you forget they're there, providing subtle climate control and muscle relaxation that helps maintain your peaceful state even on longer journeys. The driving position has been optimized through extensive ergonomic studies, ensuring that your arms, legs, and back remain in natural, unstressed positions even during extended drives. The steering wheel diameter, the pedal spacing, the sight lines to the instruments, everything has been calculated to reduce fatigue and promote the kind of relaxed alertness that makes driving meditative rather than stressful. Still floating. Perfect. The dashboard flows like a gentle landscape with surfaces that invite touch and lines that guide the eye naturally from element to element. The optional wood trim isn't just decorative, it's tactile therapy, providing a connection to natural materials that our subconscious minds find deeply calming. The metal accents are brushed to a satin finish that catches and reflects light softly, creating visual interest without glare or harshness. Ambient lighting has been elevated to an art form in the new Q5. 30 different colors are available, but more importantly, the intensity and distribution of that lighting can be adjusted with incredible precision. This isn't just about mood lighting. This is about creating an interior environment that supports your natural circadian rhythms, helping you stay alert when needed and promoting relaxation when the day is done. operates with a whisper-quiet efficiency, moving air through the cabin without creating turbulence or noise. 4 climate zones ensure that everyone in the vehicle can create their own perfect microenvironment, while the air filtration system removes not just dust and pollen, but also odors and pollutants that might disturb your peaceful state. Technology is intuition, the mind of the machine. The technological systems in the 2025 Q5 have been designed around a central philosophy. Technology should enhance the human experience without demanding constant attention or creating stress. The MMI infotainment system responds to touch with the immediacy of thought, but also understands natural voice commands that feel more like conversation than computer interaction. The virtual cockpit has evolved beyond simply displaying information. It now presents data in ways that support intuitive understanding, rather than requiring conscious analysis. Speed, navigation, and vehicle status information appears when you need it, fades into the background when you don't, and adjusts its presentation style based on driving conditions and your personal preferences. The sound system, whether it's the standard setup or the available Bang & Olufsen premium system, has been tuned not just for audio fidelity, but for acoustic wellness. The speakers are positioned and calibrated to create a sound field that envelops you without overwhelming you, where music becomes part of the vehicle's ambient environment rather than a distraction from it. The navigation system learns your preferences, your common destinations, your preferred routes, but it does so subtly, quietly, making helpful suggestions without being intrusive. Traffic information is integrated seamlessly, with route adjustments happening so naturally that you often don't even notice when the system guides you around congestion or delays. You're safe here. Let the technology take care of the details. Driver assistance systems work together to create what Audi calls piloted driving, but even that term doesn't capture the seamless nature of how these technologies integrate. Adaptive cruise control doesn't just maintain speed and following distance. It does so with such smooth throttle and brake inputs that passengers often don't realize it's operating. Lane keeping assistance doesn't jerk the steering wheel. It provides gentle guidance that feels more like the vehicle is naturally following the road, rather than being electronically corrected. The parking systems use cameras and sensors to create a 360-degree view around the vehicle, but present that information in ways that eliminate stress rather than creating information overload. The graphics are clear, intuitive, and update smoothly as you maneuver, making parking feel less like a challenge and more like a natural extension of driving. The SQ5 difference, performance as meditation. While the standard Q5 whispers, the SQ5 speaks in a deeper, richer voice, but never shouts, never demands attention through brashness or artifice. This is performance that enhances rather than overwhelms, power that serves serenity rather than dominating it. The additional power from the turbocharged V6 reveals itself gradually, like dawn breaking slowly over a mountain range. Initial acceleration feels effortless, almost deceptively gentle, but the forward progress continues building with a smoothness that makes speed feel like floating rather than rushing. The exhaust note has been carefully crafted to provide acoustic feedback that's satisfying without being antisocial. Inside the cabin, you hear just enough of the engine's character to maintain that emotional connection between driver and machine, but never so much that it interferes with conversation or contemplation. The sound actuator steering in the SQ5 provides more feedback than the standard Q5, but that feedback comes in the form of subtle texture and weight, rather than harsh vibrations or sudden movements. The electric power steering system has been calibrated to communicate road surface conditions and vehicle dynamics through gentle pressures and resistances that your hands interpret intuitively rather than consciously. Brake feel is where the SQ5 truly demonstrates its sophisticated approach to performance. The larger rotors and more powerful calipers provide tremendous stopping capability, but the pedal modulation is so precise, so linear, that you can make micro adjustments to deceleration with the precision of a surgeon. Emergency stopping power is always available, but daily driving requires nothing more than gentle pressure applied with a mindful intent. The road curves ahead, follow it naturally. Cultural impact and legacy, dreams made metal. The Q5 has become more than just a vehicle in its previous generation. It's become a cultural touchstone for a particular approach to luxury, one that values subtlety over ostentation, capability over braggadocio, intelligence over mere power. The 2025 redesign builds on that legacy while pushing it forward into new territory. In the world of automotive dreams, the Q5 occupies a unique space. It's the vehicle you choose when you want luxury without announcing it to everyone around you, when you want performance without sacrificing daily usability, when you want advanced technology without complexity that intrudes on your peace of mind. This is the car that appears in the driveways of architects and surgeons, artists and engineers, people who appreciate precision and craftsmanship, who understand that true quality often speaks in whispers rather than shouts. It's become the automotive equivalent of a perfectly tailored suit, elegant, appropriate, confident without being showy. The Q5 has also become significant in the gaming world, appearing in titles like Gran Turismo and Forza, with handling characteristics that mirror its real-world balance of comfort and capability. Virtual drivers often choose it for long-distance touring events, appreciating its stability and refinement, even in digital form. In the tuning community, the Q5 has developed a following among enthusiasts who appreciate subtlety. Modifications tend to focus on enhancing the vehicle's existing character rather than transforming it into something it was never meant to be. Lowered suspension, performance tires, subtle aerodynamic enhancements, modifications that whisper rather than scream. The science of serenity, engineering for peace. What makes the 2025 Q5 so conducive to relaxation isn't accident. It's the result of extensive research into human psychology, ergonomics, and the way our bodies and minds respond to different stimuli while driving. Audi has studied everything from optimal seat cushion firmness to the psychological effects of different interior color combinations. The cabin's acoustic properties have been tuned with the same attention to detail typically reserved for concert halls. Sound-absorbing materials are strategically placed not just to reduce overall noise levels, but to eliminate specific frequencies that the human ear finds stressful or fatiguing. The result is a quiet environment, but more than that, it's an acoustically balanced environment that promotes calm. Vibration isolation goes beyond simply mounting the engine and transmission on soft bushings. The entire vehicle structure has been analyzed for resonant frequencies with damping materials and design modifications targeted at eliminating the subtle vibrations that create subconscious tension even when they're below the threshold of conscious awareness. The becomes smoother, shifts more gentle, as if the vehicle itself understands the contemplative nature of night driving. Road noise fades into white noise, a gentle shushing sound that masks the small stresses of the day and promotes the kind of meditative state that makes night driving so restorative. The suspension seems to work even more smoothly in the cool night air, filtering out imperfections with grace while maintaining that essential connection between you and the road. The morning after, awakening gently. As our journey through the 2025 Audi Q5 and SQ5 comes to its peaceful conclusion, we find ourselves not at an ending, but at a gentle awakening, like emerging from a perfect dream that you can almost, but not quite, remember completely. We carry with us the essence of what makes these vehicles special. It's not just the 268 horsepower of the standard Q5 or the 362 horsepower of the SQ5 that creates their character. It's the way that power is delivered with such smoothness that acceleration becomes meditation. It's not just the quattro all-wheel drive system that provides confidence. It's the way it works so seamlessly that you trust it instinctively without thought. The way you trust your own balance when walking. The technology doesn't demand your attention. It serves your intentions. The luxury doesn't announce itself. It simply makes every moment more pleasant. The performance doesn't overwhelm. It enhances your connection to the joy of driving. Still here, still floating on this automotive dream, in a world that increasingly demands your attention, creates stress, generates noise and conflict, the 2025 Q5 and SQ5 represent something increasingly rare, a refuge of calm, a mobile sanctuary where technology serves serenity, where power promotes peace, where luxury means simplicity rather than complexity. This is German engineering at its most thoughtful, Audi design at its most mature, automotive luxury at its most understanding of human needs. The Q5 and SQ5 don't just transport your body from one place to another. They transport your spirit from stress to serenity.